TSM versus CLG. Okay, I haven't seen that game yet. I haven't seen it yet. Let me find it. Okay. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I didn't think there would be this much interest. Obviously, we'll be doing this more if people actually want to see it. Alright, it's time for CLG. Yes, I think TSM is the best team in the West right now. I think they are. Okay. Okay, Hecarim, whatever. So we're a good ban against TSM. They really like these full engage compositions recently. Morgana. That's good against Aframu. Annie, alright. So basically they're banning out TSM's ability to full engage on them, which is good because TSM does have good follow-up on those engages. Scion, whatever. I don't know about these TSM bans. I maybe would have banned out another engage support on Afro. Maokai. Okay. So they first pick Lulu. So you're probably not going to see Bjergsen play Lulu, but TSM flexes it, as we know, between top and support. Lustboy's a really good Lulu support player, always has been. Was kind of his signature champion way back in the day on Azubu Blaze. Rek'Sai Janna. Okay. I'm a bit surprised TSM didn't first pick Rek'Sai. But there aren't any other junglers banned. But giving Rek'Sai up is really, really powerful. She can just do so much. She gets like free counter jungling due to Tremor Sense. She can split push with Void Rush and come right back into team fight. So it's really just a pain in the ass to deal with at a professional level. Because basically you have a second teleport for free, and you have decent wave clear on Rek'Sai even with just the warrior enchant. Now Janna for the disengage makes sense. However, I'm not sure this makes sense for CLG, because my general opinion of CLG, we'll stop this right now, is that their only reliable initiator is Aframu. And I have not been impressed with any other member on CLG's consistent ability to engage. So I feel like if he doesn't have an engage support, that they just can't teamfight at all. And their teamfighting in general is pretty poor. And if you look at CLG, I feel that they've had the same weakness since the start of this season, and there has not been very much improvement on that fact. So I'm curious to see how they do this game, because by playing a disengaged support, they're setting themselves up to fall into that hole a little bit. And I'm surprised, too, that TSM first picks Lulu here. I'm trying to think why they would pick Lulu over Rek'Sai. Lulu's strong, but TSM... Dyrus just hasn't had the best games on Lulu overall. Okay, so they take Thresh. So now they know 100% Lulu's going top. Because there's no way Bjergsen's going to play Lulu. That's a joke. CLG going to blind pick an AD here? Okay, Kennen. That's a flex pick, I suppose. I don't really like mid lane Kennen. I don't really like Kennen in general. I think he's too flash reliant and he's too item reliant. Also weird that you would put... Well, I suppose if you have Janna Jinx... I suppose if you have Jinx, it makes sense that you'd have Janna just because you're not going to want an engaged support because otherwise Jinx is going to have 0 peel and could just die. Especially since Bjergsen likes to play really bursty champions. And Lyssandra's still available. And Zed is still available. Okay, so no surprise here. TSM looking for a pretty heavy mid-game power spike with Corki, Zed in this composition. With Lulu. They are going to be doing horribly in the late game. If it reaches really late game status, they're just not going to have damage anymore. That's pretty concerning, actually, for TSM. If CLG takes this late. Very strong mid-game spike, though, if they can get rolling and start splitting. That'll be good. CLG really, really team fight focused here. They can also fast push, though. That's the thing, is that with Janna Jinx, you can fast push really effectively because you get the AD from Eye of the Storm, and then you have the fast attack speed on the minigun. So CLG can really fast push towers nicely with Janna Jinx. Urgot's actually pretty legit right there. Ahri's fine too. I did see the Gravity TSM game, by the way. And I think Urgot against Zed is pretty good. I liked it. Faker's been playing Urgot in solo queue now too, so I wonder if we'll see it in Korea. Faker's also been playing Cho'Gath mid like a lot of the Chinese mids, so we may see that as well. Wow. So, TSM really strong in the mid game. They have some good teamfight presence. CLG, I mean, the Ahri is good. And she... I don't know about this Ahri pick, actually. The Urgot may have been better. I don't even know what else Link plays these days. Can he play Lysandra? Used to be okay. Okay, stop talking. Let's go. Into the game. I guess I would have liked to have seen maybe a mid with a little bit better wave clear or something like that. Ari's okay. Ari's not bad. At least you can set up and make picks with her. But I think maybe you go a little bit more all in right here. Maybe you play Victor right here. Actually. I think Victor or Lissandra would have been better. Well, what the hell is Dyrus doing? Let's actually take a look at this, because this is a weird level 1. 4-manning right there is not normal. Oh, Victor was disabled in NA. That's right, he's disabled on 5.5. So he sees them walking in there, but they don't know where Link is, and they also don't know how deep they went. Wow, that is so risky from Dyrus. That is so risky. It's good that they get wards on both Gromp and Krugs right there, but that's really dangerous. Because if you invade on that side of the map and somebody finds you, you just get collapsed on by 5 people. He could have easily given up first blood right there. And that's not worth the information that they gain from that ward. 100%. We'll see what they do with it. Actually, I shouldn't say that. We'll see what they do with it. Because now they're going to know that CLG is starting in their jungle. Because they have... Yeah, they know. They have a ward. Oh no, they don't have a ward. So they see Corki heading topside. I guess they don't want the Corki Jinx matchup. And so they're gonna lane swap. Okay, there's no freeze on either lane now. No, because Kennen breaks the freeze. Okay, so there are no freezes. Kennen gets there immediately. This is fine. Zion knows that he has 2 other people on his side of the map, so he doesn't have to be worried. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's a good play from Lustboy. Smart to use the Ignite there. Link's going to lose lane forever now. Well, at least he has Flask. But he's still going to get poked by Zed. Because Zed doesn't have mana. So let's see what could have happened right here instead. So in this lane swap, I have to go back even further. The question is, do they know where Thresh is? This is a weird place for Lustboy to be. Because if you're CLG, if you don't see Thresh, because in a normal lane swap situation, Thresh would be harassing these guys right here. Because they have no kill pressure at level 1 on Thresh. So Thresh would be just being really annoying and like autoing them while they're trying to do blue buff if he's on the top side. So I think CLG assumed that Thresh wasn't there because Thresh isn't all up in their business. But if Thresh isn't there, Thresh could be bottom side leashing. But he could also be almost anywhere on the map right now. Especially since Doublelift's walking all the way down into the bottom side. Yeah. It's not smart. It's not smart to play that far up. It's too much of a risk. And Afro wasn't there soon enough. But I understand why you could make that mistake, considering that you would assume that if Thresh was going to be anywhere to be annoying, it would be at his own blue buff right there. That's a good roam, though. He does have to use a ton of charges in order to get back up. Okay, Lustboy goes topside. Zion got a level. And because Dyrus was jungle falling. Oh man, that's actually a mistake too. We weren't even looking at Dyrus. Why is Dyrus jungle falling? He knows Kennen is topside. Because, okay, if we go all the way back, so they know the invade came in, and the double's probably there. So he's not going to be back to lane for another 30 seconds or so. So you absolutely, Darius 100% has time to leash right here and then walk into lane and get the same amount of XP. Because they also end up knowing where Aframu is. So worst case scenario right here, Dyrus is in a 1v1 versus Jinx, which is a Lulu at level 1 is whatever. Nothing can really bad happen to him. Because they're going to see Aframu right here. Right? So they know that there were 4 people. Because they had wards here and here. Right? And they were here. That means that the only possible place that CLG started was either at one of the buffs or here. But when they see the lane swap coming in, it's probably safer to assume they're here. I would say that's the most likely place for them to be. So in that case, and especially once you see Afro right here, Dyrus wastes a lot of time not in that lane. And Zion is just in lane from the beginning. So CLG doing pretty well in this lane swap already. But I think TSM, both, okay, CLG should have known that it was possible for Lustboy to be there to harass the mid lane. And TSM Dyrus should have just walked straight into lane. Because the overwhelming odds are that he's going to be in a 1v1 versus Jinx. And they also should know that Jinx is going to be a little late. Okay, what are they doing? Let's go take a look at how the wave was developing. Okay, so basically, they didn't get a freeze in top side, so it ends up pushing back out right now. So this is the problem with not getting a freeze, is you can't control this situation. And because TSM started on the bottom side jungling, there's like nothing they can do here. There's nothing they can do. Because now they know that Rek'Sai started here and is probably top side. So your jungle is just getting into topside now at 3 minutes. And you can't stop this Kennen from getting farm. You can't stop him. Dyrus is going to get some farm too, though, so it's not the end of the world. This is actually a really weird situation. You don't see this kind of situation in lane swaps very often. There are a lot of strange variables at play here, such as Lustboy being in a really weird position on the map and getting that play off on mid. Okay, so Rek'Sai's going to try and zone out bottom. That's cool. Yep, Zion's dead. That was a good dive from TSM. Okay, so they want a fast push. I can see why CLG would want to do this. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing about what CLG did versus what TSM did. So TSM wants to go for the kill. They want the first blood, right? But they don't actually deny that much XP. They deny 5 creeps, which is pretty good. But because they're autoing... First off, they lose a lot of HP, and they don't auto the turret during that time. They kill Kennen. So instead, Xmithie is on the bottom side now. They want to fast push this turret. They have Jinx Janna, so they know they can push faster. And Zion still has TP, so he can just go back into the top side, and CLG will get the global gold and the pressure in exchange for the first blood. So I'd say CLG got the advantage here. It depends on how this minion wave... Oh, the minion wave's going to die. They're going to freeze. CLG's going to bounce it and freeze. This is really good for CLG. Oh, this is really good. So they're going to be feeling pretty comfortable with this now. They got the global gold. Hardly any damage onto the top turret. And now CLG has the opportunity to push this wave to tier 2 and take drag if they want it also. They might be a little scared of the mid pressure, however. Link went back and got Doran's ring. I don't know about that. I think you should build into... you should have gotten Amp Tone. Well... Link is usually really smart. He's a very smart guy. He's really smart about his itemization, so we'll see how this goes. Just seems like you're delaying your core build really far, but he usually has really good reasons for why he does things. Lost Boy doesn't need to be in top lane right now. How long has he been up there? He went back up there after the dive. Lost Boy does not have to be in right now. Corki can 1v1. Ooh, Corki's down in levels actually. Maybe he can't. This is such a weird lane swap. This is really complicated actually. I don't know. I'd give it to Corki, especially pre-6. He should be able to 1v1 just fine. And the wave is pushing towards Corki as well. So there's no I don't think Lustboy has to be up here at all. I think Lustboy... Ow. I think Lustboy could be making plays elsewhere on the map right now. Because now they're pushing it. Okay, so Double's going to try and freeze the wave at tier 2, it looks like, and farm up that way. But Jinx isn't that good at scaling with levels, not like Corki. So I would say that if you end up with Jinx in a solo lane and Corki in a solo lane, that's going to be to TSM's advantage just because Corki is going to do a lot more with those levels than Jinx will. Jinx is way more item dependent. I mean, all AD carries are. Okay, so free dragon here. Dyrus really isn't in any kind of shape to contest this, and they have dual. So they're losing drag because Lustboy's on the top side of the map for like no reason. Okay, well, they're gonna get up drag and get deep wards in top side, I suppose. Okay. So, there's no more dragon. They have a Frieza turret. They knew dragon was going down right now. And it doesn't matter. Zion Spartan has no TP. Zion Spartan should go bot right now. And Double should recall as soon as this dragon is dead. Because here's the thing. If both AD carries are solo farming, the advantage is going over to Corki. And you don't want to empower TSM's mid-game power spike any more than you already do. Plus, there's no more objective on the bottom side, and what I think you really want to do as CLG right now is start fast pushing with Jinx Janna, or at least trying to put more pressure on their turrets. Meanwhile, Zion Spartan just went back and shopped. He's got a lot of items compared to Dyrus. Dyrus has to overextend in order to farm right here. Zion's also level 5. And Dyrus is only level 4. So he's going to hit 6 first. He has more items. He's going to be able to catch the freeze right here and farm up. And basically, if Rek'Sai plays the bottom part of the map, as soon as Zion hits 6, they can just all-in Dyrus. And his choices are stand here and be overextended and die to stuns. Yeah, that's pretty much... They can 2v2 easily. Rek'Sai Kennen can totally 2v2 Sejuani Lulu once Zion hits 6. There's no reason to have Double Lift still be down here. Basically, this is messing up the lead that they have. Because Jinx should be able to farm up here, right? A level behind Corki. That's kind of rough. It's a really complex situation. It's hard to say what's better. I still think though that Zion should have walked bottom and just gotten into the 1v1. Why does he have a ruby crystal? I suppose he could be going haunting guys. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah. So they get the dragon for free, but they have Zion walk top again. And they're going to deny Dyrus. But the thing is, you can deny Dyrus with Jinx, or you could deny him with Kennen. And I think it's just better to deny him with Kennen. Kennen and Rek'Sai on bottom side. That's good play by Afro, though. Look how deep he's going with Xwithy. That's really nice. So they're punishing the commitment to the top side. Oops. Yeah, probably could have gotten the hook right there. Yeah, they could have chunked Zion. They weren't paying attention. So instead... See, here's the thing. You have to look at the advantages that you would get. Right? So because it's this Corki 1v1 versus Kennen, he's getting denied. Right here. Like, this is denying both top laners. If you put Kennen here, and if you put Jinx and Janna here, you're only denying their top laner. So that, I think, is... Now that we're looking at the rest of these map movements, unless they get a kill here, it's definitely the better choice. So I think this lane swap could have been played out better by CLG. Even though trading First Blood for Tower was really advantageous for them. They didn't play out the rest of the scenario properly. But I don't blame them. This lane swap is so strange that it's really hard to know what to do unless you've seen it before. It's, you know, this is how good these pro players are, guys. Like, I can sit here and look at this situation and pause the game, and it still takes me a few minutes to figure out what the fuck to do. So to have to do it on the fly is challenging. I don't know what Dyrus is doing. He should not be playing... Okay. He shouldn't be there. Because here's the thing. You know that they warded up your bottom side jungle and that you were just all up in the top side. They didn't see anybody top side, so they should know the majority of CLG is somewhere on the bottom side right now. So what Dyrus is doing... Is he trying to kill a pink ward? What is he doing? Yes, that's a horrible idea. Way too much danger. The theme of tonight's games is... overcommitting to killing pink wards, I guess. Wow. Impressive that Bjergsen got out of that. That was also super risky. Because nobody burned Flash to try and kill Lulu. So he knew that they all had all their summoners up and he still went for it. That could have turned around real quick. So they're going to get the top turret. Actually. Now we know definitively 100% that leaving double lift in bottom lane and putting Zion top lane was a horrible mistake because they just got a huge wave after it went down to TSM's turret, and now they get the top turret for absolutely free. CS is still the same between Turtle and double lift, except he's going to spike a lot harder, and Turtle got first blood. And Bjergsen is crushing Link in lane. And Link's item build is delayed. So the power spike that TSM is going to have is going to be even crazier. And this situation would have been almost entirely solved by having the lane, like, just flipping the AD and the top laner back. Oh, they didn't get the tower. Okay, well, that's really fortunate for CLG. But they're probably going to get it on this wave because they have so much vision. TSM has so much vision in topside that he can just rocket this thing forever. And they have all their players up. Lulu's still getting denied, though. But Dyrus made several mistakes that we saw so far this game that it prevented him from really getting back into it. Most of which was just jungle following right off the bat. Okay. They're gonna die now. Oh, wow. Oh. 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 That's unfortunate for TSM. They really should have gotten a kill right there. It's okay, they still got tower. Turtle didn't use heal. What the fuck? Oh my. Pretty sure if he had used heal early in that fight, he would have been able to auto his way to a kill. Oh well. At least he has heal later. That's not the biggest deal in the world. And Kennen has Giant Spell. Okay. Rallies first. Good Kennen build. Good Kennen build. Okay, here's why it sucks. Who's gonna split against Zed? I don't know. Nobody on CLG apparently. So at this point, they either commit to diving turrets with Kennen and all-inning 5v4, or they lose a bunch of towers. Because maybe Xwithie can one day when he's a nice big tanky Rek'Sai, but that's not happening anytime soon. I mean, even at the very least, he could go Abyssal and continue to punish Lulu. By the way, this freeze is still going on. This has been going on forever now. But they have not gotten any advantage out of this whatsoever. Zero edge. They got a level difference between Dyrus and Zion. That's it. That's the only edge. Now, because now they're even on turrets. So what is the point of this? What are you even going to do with this Rylai's? CLG just took like... So they're playing... Let me describe the situation. This is horrible for CLG. Horrible. You're dealing with a composition with a Corki and a Zed that has this huge mid-game power spike. Your Ahri is behind in terms of farm, behind in terms of itemization, because when Flask ring, you have Jinx who's trying to scale into the late game, who's not even going to be useful until 2 items, probably. Infinity Edge and Shiv, or Phantom Dancer. If you're lucky, you don't have any poke besides Ahri Q. And now you have a Kennen that's going to do no damage. With Giant Spell first. I don't see how you actually survive the mid-game here. Especially since they threw away their entire advantage. By starting out with a good lane swap and getting that tower, and then not making the right decisions afterwards. TSM pushes this in terms of dragon fights. If they push this around dragon fights, they're going to absolutely destroy CLG. Oh, also, we're not even taking into consideration that CLG is not good at team fighting. So they're behind in items, they're behind in power spike, and they're not anywhere near as good at team fighting as TSM is. Good luck. Good luck. Okay, well this is good actually. At least TSM didn't do a good job of actually bouncing this, so Zion's gonna get a bunch of free farm. So as far as CLG is concerned, they want to hold out till the late game anyway, so this is an okay scenario. I guess this is the game where Santorin never helps Dyrus. Oh my. That's brutal. Oh my god. Oh, Dyrus is dead. Oh, wow, that sucks for him. That was good timing from CLG. Just, they rode the wave right into the turret. Xmithy had excellent positioning at that time in order to punish Dyrus if he was going to get that CS. That's a huge, huge, huge amount of CS that they just denied. That's really, really good. Okay, well now that was way smarter than most of the other things that CLG's done this game. That was really good. The thing is that TSM should know this is going to happen. Look how much time they have. Look how much time they have. I just went back like a minute. So they see this wave developing topside. They have a 2v2. There's no dragon for another minute, right? I don't even know why Santorin's here. I suppose they want to get down some earlier wards for drag. That's the only reason. But that's not anywhere near as important. If you look at what's going on right now, this is a big problem. Right here. And 7 to 5. You can give up this dragon, no problem, right? I mean, TSM already has a dragon. They already have one. So... Oh, that's CLG. CLG got that dragon. Never mind. Alright, maybe it's a bigger deal. They do want to hit that power spike. But even so... Double recalls right here. Santorin can leave right now. And this is really predictable that Dyrus to be zoned out. And they need Zyrus to do something. Because him not having wild growth is really bad for them. But CLG made the right play there. I'm not sure getting those wards is the best idea. Because now they have TP and Void Rush will be back up soon. So CLG can still make plays at the dragon, potentially. They cleared out tunnels, though. That was really good from TSM. So he has nowhere to Void Rush to. That's close to drag, actually. And they get the tower. Okay. Okay, that actually worked out, I think, in TSM. If they get drag, it's definitely worth it for TSM. Especially since Zion Spartan is using his gold lead to buy terrible items. So it's not going to matter. I don't think anybody's going to care if Kennen has a Giant's Belt or not. Okay, so drag, tower for tower, drag, kill in top side. Actually, that was definitely to CLG's edge. I take it back. They already had the dragon, dragon number 1, and they died. And they lost turret, and they lost a bunch of farm. So, in retrospect for TSM, much smarter for Santorin to be helping in top. Because the thing about Santorin being in top lane is because Kennen has Giant's Belt, in a 2v2 there's no kill pressure really from CLG. This guy's really tanky. He's got his ult now. He should be able to stop any dive. So I don't think it was worth it getting those awards in. Dyrus really needed that help. He's gonna get some farm at least. Lost Boy's there now. That's smart. This is good. Okay, now they're gonna split push. This is a good lane swap right here, or lane assignment. Have Corki walk here so you don't take any damage on the tower, and then flip out and start split pushing with Zed. Let Dyrus farm. So TSM's still in a really good position overall, even though it could be better. Why is Zed walking into the Lulu lane? Wow, what the hell? Really? This is some Uzi I level shit right here. This is what, like, OMG used to do, or I mean, Starhorn Royal Club used to do with Uzi I. He would literally just take farm from everybody else on the team. You have a Zed who's already has a blade. Kennen doesn't have any armor. This is fine. What you need is Rhydyrus to actually get up and farm. Considering there is no... Okay, if there was a tier 1 right here and Zed could actually apply pressure, I would agree with this. But since there are no tier 1s in the side lanes, basically you're just screwing Dyrus. I can't see how big the wave is here. Maybe he's going to get a bunch of CS. If that's the case, then it's fine. No, it's not. It's not even a big wave. It's good. It's really good they have Corki mid right now, though. This is a good use of the power spike. What did... Bjergsen just, like, walk top, cleared a wave, and then walked to blue. See how much CS Dyrus gets out of this. That's a good wave. I still think you let Bjergsen take this and just support Lulu on the top side. Because by leaving lane, she loses a lot of XP too. Is Lulu gonna die again? Nope. Got too close and got double knocked up. And this is why Link could have already had Zhonya's by now. Had he not bought that Doran's ring. And then that would have gone differently. His ult was also not good. He got in wild growth range with Spirit Rush. I think it's the right call. You still want to make plays onto this Lulu and deny the farm. Yeah, he should have been like here instead. And if he has Zhonya's, he may have been able to dive this a little harder. Ooh, he used his Ignite too. Oh! Oh! Oh, he got him anyway. But then he gets Sejuani ulted. That's a good trade. That's a good trade for CLG. You lose Link, but you deny farm onto Dyrus and you kill Dyrus again. So that's okay. Use 2 summoners though. That's a lot. Holy shit, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, we were paying too much attention to the other side of the map. What was happening up here? Does TSM know they're going down there? Why is why is Bjergsen recalling? He has full vision. Okay, so TSM has full vision over the top side of the map. CLG, they should know CLG's around here. They're not in here. The only possibility is that they're in here or here. And they're likely to be killing Dyrus, considering that they just push that wave forward. Dyrus should absolutely be staying and pressuring top lane. Because instead, Bjergsen, or Zion Spartan just gets free farm. Bjergsen just hand-delivered him a giant wave with no pressure. Bjergsen shouldn't have recalled. By the way, all he did with that recall was complete a brutalizer. Meanwhile, Zion Spartan... Oh my god. What is he doing? If he finishes Arm Guard before Rylai's, This is going to be one of the most inefficient builds of all time. Hey everybody, Bjergsen's here to take all your farm. Meanwhile, Dyrus has nowhere to farm now, because Zion Spartan is freezing a lane. Dyrus gets so shafted by his team in this game. Hilarious. Bjergsen really needed that Brutalizer to split push against the Kennen formerly without armor. Okay, take the blue. Perfectly fine. At least do something. Really good siege on mid. This is where TSM starts getting really scary. Also, Turtle should have Sork shoes and not a long sword. That's not what he wants right now. Wow. Zion got so much free farm as a result of that recall by Bjergsen. This is ridiculous. Look how long this lane is, too. So Xmithy should start... Xmithy and Afro should start trying to ward this area up. It's good. Take the crab. This is really good for CLG. Play back. Okay. Keep farming. CLG trying to play for that late game. They really need to do something with this Zed, though. He's so far ahead. And he just hasn't put any... Bjergsen has not put hardly any pressure down in this entire game yet. The only thing he's done is take Dyrus' farm. He needs to push this out so they actually have more control over drag. TSM should just give up this drag. Well, maybe they can get some good poke off. You see, the thing about CLG's comp that's really questionable is they don't have a reliable form of primary engage. You either need Flash Slicing Maelstrom or like Flash Knockup from Xmithy or a Charm. Basically, you need a Charm. That's the most reliable form of engage that they have. So I don't know how they expect to get this team fight against this team with Lulu Sejuani Thresh Peel. Basically, Turtle will just be able to poke them all day, and they have zero response. Zero response. So actually, TSM can go for this dragon, because even if CLG walks up, they could just play the poking game, and they have better vision, and maybe Bjergsen catches somebody alone and kills them as well. So I don't know about this comp. I think Lyssandra's like way better with this composition that CLG is running. Oh my god, this Kennen is so ahead. Oh, he finished the Rylai's. Well, I suppose that's the best possible thing he could have done in the hole he dug for himself. There's still no damage, though. The world will also never know why Aegis First was the right choice for Xmithy here. I'd be scared of Bjergsen, who is 50 CS up in lane, personally, and not so scared of the Lulu, who's down 50 CS in lane. Yes, there's Corky Poke, but I think itemization's really bad from CLG in this game. Oh. Bjergsen's warding up so he can finally auto a turret. How is CLG putting out more pressure right now than this Zed? How is this allowed to occur? There you go. TSM has all the information they need. They have a really good ward line right here between the two tier 2 turrets. There is a Rylai's Kennen who's not really going to hit that hard. There's no dragon to be taken. Just hit the tower. You have lifesteal on Zed. As long as he's careful about the wave, it should be okay. Darius is catching back up in levels too, so CLG's advantage is, in that regard, is vanishing. Now I don't really think they ever had an advantage in this game, because I don't think they played out that lane swap as well as they could have. Like I said, really hard to know in the moment though. Really hard to know. The Zed has not done anything. Nothing at all. I really feel like Zion won the lottery this game in terms of being given a lot of farm by TSM. And not pressured on his turret even afterwards. He's just been sitting at tier 2 farming like from here all the way back up repeatedly. Nice knockup out of the Valk. Look at that, more farm. And then they lose the tower. And then Lustboy dies. Like, to CLG's credit, they've done a lot better making plays on the waves. But TSM's side wave control has been absolutely horrendous this game. Really bad. Meanwhile, CLG is at least making plays along the waves. You see, that's the big difference so far, is that CLG has repeatedly made plays with the big waves this game around. Meanwhile, TSM is just giving CLG all this for free, basically. Even though CLG, I think, failed to make the right transition early in this game that we saw, and that gave TSM that let TSM get right back into this one. I'm not reviewing Fnatic versus Unicorns. I saw that game. It was awful. It made me sad. I guess TSM is just happy to play around Dragon this entire game. Although, the weird thing is that late game CLG is going to have that much better team fight, right? It's really dangerous, actually, for TSM to play around Dragon. They should be trying to poke and siege and split push, not team fight against a Kennen. But CLG's engage, as we discussed with their composition, is really quite poor. So, ooh, this is good for TSM. Zion flashed for that, but he doesn't hit anybody. Meanwhile, Bjergsen's going to get right on double lift. Oh, no. He deathmarks like Smithy. Interesting. That was a really bad engage from Zion. He didn't get anything for that. That's the fight TSM wanted. That was their chance to get back in, I think. Or fight CLG wanted. Let's go look at what was going on right there. TSM has a really good flank, actually. So Afro flash tornadoes. If you have to flash tornado to get an engage, you know your comp has really bad engage. I don't blame him for doing that. How else are they going to engage? They don't have a choice. Smithy's over here. Zion also has to flash to try and get onto Turtle. Turtle should have W, though. He's got W and heal. Does he use Valk? Maybe he used his Valk already. So they try and commit to this side. The issue is that double lift is still stuck here. And he turns around. Because he's getting cut off by the box. He's stuck, basically. Even if he were to flash, he couldn't do anything. Meanwhile, Corki just Valks out of this, and there's no flash follow-up. CLG just has a really not good composition for dealing with this flank. And TSM's positioning is quite good. And they cut off double lift, so there's no chance of a reset. Zion Spartan has 0 damage. Look at this. Look how much damage he did to Corki. Corki didn't even use heal. He did nothing. This ult did nothing. Nothing at all. Bjergsen starts onto Smithy. They're going to kite this one out. This is a great position for TSM now because they have rockets and poke. Bjergsen maybe shouldn't have gone for that one. Oh, he got the kill. I guess it's okay. Got exhausted, though. This is really dangerous. Double still has heal and flash. The problem here for TSM is because they played this disengage so aggressively, instead of just kiting and maybe letting Bjergsen die, that if Turtle gives a reset, he doesn't have Valk right now. Remember, he used Valk before. And he gets the kill onto Afro. But that reset, okay, that could have been really, really dangerous, especially since Double has red buff. Santorin didn't have flash. Like, 3 or 4 people from TSM could have died. It's good if Santorin to flash the zap, though. Double could have used flash right there, too. He probably should have used flash. He should have used flash. What am I talking about? Look at this. They still have 3 people at nearly full HP. Wild Growth is down. Deathmark is down. Box is down. Whatever Sejuani's ult is called is down. Oh my, the resets would have been real. Oh, he could have healed Link too. think that was a missed opportunity. Yeah, he has enough items too. Look at this. What if he got lucky and got a crit too? Crit or two. I think Double could have cleaned up that fight. It's okay, they get Dragon. Still, you have to be really worried. Seeing that team fight, even though CLG got the Dragon, they had to flash Janna and Xmithy and Zion Spartan just to sort of engage right there. So Darius flashes the wall, missed ult, missed charm. A lot of missed skill shots for CLG. At the end of the day, Zion Spartan's actually going to be close to getting his Zhonya's. He got such a boost this game. He should have been punished for his build way sooner. He may end up not being punished at all now. But if you think about it, if he had gone Abyssal or Zhonya's first, there were a lot more options in terms of how he could have played out this game, and maybe he could get a Distortion enchantment, which would help CLG's craptastic engage on their team faster than he did. He's going to start doing damage, though, finally. Doublelift gets Bloodthirster next. I think he's just worried about Bjergsen. He should know, though. I think that's actually a really good item, because he knows TSM's comp is relatively low damage, so as long as he can just live long enough, he'll be able to clean up with resets. He just has to worry about burst. But once the burst is gone, he's going to be fine and just running rampant, so I think that build's perfectly acceptable. Okay, finally they're starting to auto towers. It's been like 10 minutes since... 10 or 15 minutes since the split pushing began, and finally a tier 2 goes down. Well... TSM's composition is going to start petering off in terms of effectiveness moving forward, but CLG will almost never be able to get the kind of team fight that they want against TSM, so... Pretty sure TSM just won this in picks and bans, pretty much. CLG's comp is really poor. The reasoning behind Rylai's giving you more damage, or Zhonya's giving you more damage, is because you can't get blown up during Zhonya's, so you can get a full channel off. Interesting that Bjergsen has QSS. He's probably not going to get hit by anything. Especially if he keeps flanking in these engagements like he did in that first fight. That's a little weird. Ooh, a Baron call. I'm sorry, I muted it. No, I muted. Stop it. Okay, so TSM has great vision, CLG has no vision. Xmithy has Tremor Sense, though, and he sees them clearing out pinks. Why would they recall red then? They have Rek'Sai. They know 100% that this is a threat. Rek'Sai can see them. He sees Lustboy walk towards Baron. Wow. That's a good call from TSM, but... why would you recall both Kennen and Jinx at the same time? Why can't Jinx just stand there and clear mid-wave until Kennen is in position again? This is a really poor Baron to give up from CLG. You have BCLG. You have no vision over Baron. Rek'Sai Tremor Sense tells you there are multiple people down there. You have Kennen. Kennen has TP. Why doesn't Kennen TP? Rek'Sai can see them doing Baron with Tremor Sense, right? Yes, right now. There's a ward here. Okay. I don't know why you would recall both players at the same time. With no Baron vision. Even a TP up. Man, Kennen gets in that Baron pit and it's lights out for TSM. Well, this is really easy for TSM now. Should be able to split push this extremely effectively. Only thing they have to worry about is Kennen flash. Man, if I was CLG right now, I would just straight up TP on their asses. You see Bjergsen in the bottom side. You have 4 people right here. You have 1 billion wards. I would just try and 5v4 them. Straight up. Like, their biggest advantage is Bjergsen's farm advantage. You have the advantage here. So if this guy is split pushing, you just screw him. Just fuck him right now. Oh my god. So here's the thing. So Bjergsen is walking bottom. Xmithy's right here. There are 4 here. Check this out. Xmithy uses his tunnels to go here. There's no vision. His lens is off cooldown. Dragon's in 37 seconds. Link is coming up. There's a ward here and a ward here. He can walk into the pit, immediately scan, because he's got another way out if he has to, right? And he will still have a tunnel to use. So he can even go back over the wall when he just saw Bjergsen, right? He can scan this, see that there's nothing in here. He can literally sit here until Link walks up, and he'll still have Void Rush, too. They TP. They can just... The rest of them could walk up mid. Oh my god. They could have won the game right there. Bjergsen was not around. They would have absolutely devastated them with a good Kennen ult from a flank. If Kennen came here, Rek'Sai came from here, and the rest of them came from the middle, they were just screwed. That's the second time they could have used Zion's TP. Instead, they just let TSM walk out of the jungle, Bjergsen push up the lane, and then they're going to get their turret 5-man. Now they can't do anything anymore. Oh my god, are they going to walk through this choke? Santor's just going to ult him. Where's Thresh? Oh, Thresh is in the choke too. There we go. Now they're going to get Dragon. And TSM can spread out at Dragon too. Oh, this is good. TSM shouldn't be walking into a choke right now with this. Especially Turtle should probably not be in front. It's a good flash. What did Link get hit by? Was that just Glitter Lance? Glitter Lance and a rocket, maybe? Oh, they can't even follow up. They can't even... Oh. Goodbye, Sejuani ult. Let's check that out again. I mean, it's a clever bait by CLG, but look at this. They send in Lustboy and Turtle. He has the Whimsy on, but the rest of them are too far behind to really be hit by this at all. Oh, it was a Foss bomb. Meanwhile, attacking a turret for most of the time. Although he does, that's actually not too bad because he does get the Jinx passive to get back into the fight. Link is just chunked out immediately though because he dashes forward. I think that's the issue, actually, is Link's positioning. Because he doesn't have to dash forward, right? He could dash laterally. And then it would be less of a risk. So double gets the reset right there, but the mid is already gone. Where's Bjergsen in all this? Is he up top somewhere? I think he's up here. Oh, Link goes back in. He's gonna die. Yep, there he goes. Well, I don't know what Bjergsen was doing. But CLG spent the entire duration of the Kennen ult getting poked, basically. I'm surprised Turtle was able to do that much damage without QSS. Hmm. I think if Zion had Abyssal and Abyssal instead, or Deathcap instead, he would have done a lot more. The slow just didn't do anything. Everybody just got stunned. The slow was useless. It didn't actually slow anybody. Because CLG just funneled in. I don't see what Rylai's is useful for here. Look at that. Turtle's so tanky. Dyrus right back in this game. Doesn't even take damage, really. Just blows his shield. Link gets massacred by skill shots. That's all I have to do. Meanwhile, Bjergsen kills their... Oh my. He kills their secondary engage. CLG has no more crowd control. It's all gone. That's it. Monsoon. Now there's no way to stop them from just running at you. Centaurn had a really good ult. Oh. Damn. Seal just wanted to do two different things right there. They wanted to kill that tower, and they wanted to actually kill a turret. I think that... because the hook missed. I think if Double's rocketing into the team right now, and Xmithy is not doing whatever he's doing, getting soloed by Bjergsen. Oh man, look at this. If Link had dashed sideways, if they had committed to this, two people still out of the fight. Like, CLG just didn't know what they wanted to do. I think it was a mistake. Here's what the problem was. Zion Spartan flashed when the team wasn't ready for it. Think about this. If Zion had stood here instead, while these guys were sieging, and waited for them to walk, say, here, instead of flashing here, Double could have turned immediately onto it, and Link would have had more room to dash instead of having to go into a choke. You either have to be fully committed to fighting here, or you just have to wait for them to walk a little bit further forward. It would have given them a few hours as well. So this is the real issue here. Is it's a split call from CLG. The positioning is fine, except for Rek'Sai. If I was Xmithy, I think it'd be better to be here and try and tunnel under. So here's the ideal play, I think, of this situation. If you're going to auto the turret like this, this gives Link more room to position. Wait till they come around. Have Zion hit his ult here instead. Xmithy tunnels, knocks up the back line. Double just rockets everybody. Probably a totally one-team fight for CLG. But they didn't know what they wanted to do. And instead, more people are attacking the turret and their positioning is off. Oh, that could have been so good for CLG. But there just wasn't any... Afro and Double were doing one thing, and Zion and Link and Xmithy were doing another. And this is what I mean. When we talk about TSM's poor team fighting, like, you can really see how that could have gone CLG's way quite easily. But they're just not all on the same page, and they get rolled at a situation where they probably could win. And they had teleport plays to make there as well. I don't know. I don't think CLG is going to fix their problems. I don't think they're going to do very well in the playoffs. TSM should do fine, though. There were a lot of mistakes this game, actually. I don't think TSM hit... They should have pushed their power spike harder, given what had happened. And CLG, we talked about that early lane swap, and how they probably should have switched Zion and Double back, because they didn't get any advantage and they just lost a tower instead. This is a very interesting game, though. It's a good game. But CLG almost certainly going to lose now. Unless they hit the AoE combo of the century and double gets a million resets. But I don't think that's going to happen. Dole can't even hurt Santorin with all the armor he has. They have no flash for cannon. You know, this is why this comp is bad, guys. CLG can't do anything right now. There's not even a Baron on TSM, but they can't stop this siege. Because they have no engage. They have no primary engage. Why would you pick a Kennen? Sador can just run around in the front line with shields on him all day. Doesn't even matter. Holy shit, Link is 120 CS back. Notice how that gap has been growing significantly, and Dyrus and Zion Spartans have stayed approximately the same. TSM has so much more CS as a team than CLG right now. They've been securing the lanes a lot better. CLG opted to trade for kills instead by pushing hard and then diving turrets, but has not worked out for them. Yeah, I think TSM probably could have pushed this edge harder. And CLG, they could have done a lot more this game. There are so many things they could have done. They really did well, I think, in the initial part of the lane swap when they got the turret faster, and then they just put the farm on the wrong person. And they kept double freezing at tier 1 when I don't think that was the right play. They snowballed this really, really wrong. They said they banned Zion, so Zion couldn't get a real engaged champion. I mean, I don't think it matters, because, like I said, them as a team have huge issues when they engage, unless it's Aphromoo doing it. We saw that again here. Really, there hasn't been like a good Kennen engage this game at all. And there have been opportunities. Yes, Dexter. Flash Tornado is a great engage. Yes, we've seen that. That's the level of desperation that CLG has reached, though, in terms of engage in this game. Not good. Okay, well, they can't stop. Now they definitely can't stop any. This should be over. Oh, Talisman. What? Where was Zion for all of that? Wow. What a bad ult. This is what you want as Kennen. You want them to run into you stupidly with the Talisman. Talisman goes off. Oh, the chances. They were missed. Rek'Sai could have tunnel knocked up right there too. Okay, well whatever, just get poked and die, I guess. That's a better plan. Oh man, Turtle's lucky. Okay. Okay. That game was not awesome. Really just... Each team didn't do much with their advantages. I feel like nobody won that game. CLG lost it, but I don't really know if anybody won. Alright, I'm done with this. What do you guys want me to take a look at next? I haven't seen Gambit versus Elements. I know people want to look at that one. I don't want to see TSM. I already saw TSM versus Scribe.